Hey bro, it's been about 2 weeks since this whole Will Smith incident, and the internet as it is, new clips been surfacing on Will's and Jada's relationship, and honestly bro, after watching these, I really hope Will ditches Jada bro. Up till now, even with the whole August thing, I kinda understood why people wanted him to ditch her, but I honestly hadn't formulated my own opinion on it because it's someone else's relationship, right? And just because they're celebrities don't mean that we know the ins and outs of their whole private life. We only see what they choose to show. But these motherfuckers have chosen to show a hell of a lot, right? So this shit's crazy, bro. So the first clip is what really blew me away, right? Watch this shit, alright? So she basically saying that she didn't even want to get married to Will Smith. Alright, just watch this shit.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
I was under so much pressure, being a young actress, being young, and I was just pregnant. And I was just like, I didn't know what to do. But I just knew, I was like, I never wanted to be married.
Where do I begin? Look, first off, Will, if someone don't want to get married, you just gotta not do that shit, alright? Because obviously you didn't force nobody, but if you sense that your partner ain't bored, fuck it, bro, drop him. You signing up for a life of misery. And second, I understand why her mom didn't want her daughter to get pregnant and not be married, because let me tell y'all something, even if both parties think they cool with it and that they can handle it, marriage is always the best foundation for raising children. That won't never change, alright? I know people be thinking everything is alright these days and shit, but you signing up for an unhappy life with extramarital children, right? But here's the issue, right? The problem is even worse if you sign up for a marriage in which both parties ain't fully on board. Parents should understand that shit. But here's the fucking thing. We haven't gotten to the main party here. Jada, if you didn't want to get married, then why the fuck you did it, huh? So you could come out here and 20 years later and embarrass your husband? Bruh, it ain't your fault that you didn't want to get married, but it is your fault that you decided to go ahead with it and come out here and tell the whole world this shit. And tell this shit to your husband's face for clicks on your little podcast, alright? This whole red table is a fucking shit show. It's always been a shit show. Nobody ever wanted these details, but she just come out here and keep insisting on spilling it out. And second, it just becomes an excuse to embarrass Will. Like, listen, do Jada even act a lot anymore? I don't see her in movies or nothing. I know she acted in Gotham or something, but other than that, bro, it seemed like red table talk is the only reason that she's even relevant, aside from being married to Will. It's like embarrassing her husband and being a god-awful wife is all she's known for these days. Literally, do people talk about her movies, her acting? Nah, none of that. She's just Will Smith's horrible wife. That's all she is. That's all people think she is now. Like, seriously, right? And this ain't all, right? Here's the next clip. It come from the red table talk, and Will's talking about a surprise party he wanted to throw Jada for her 40th birthday, I think, alright? So watch.
Day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis, and it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. And she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Ooh.
Crushed. Right? And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
Bro, the way this man said because it was his ego, God, bro, my man is being gaslighted like hell and he has no clue. It is so evident that this bitch ain't just manipulated my man. She's picked up his brain and rewired it. She tells him how to think. I mean, how narcissistic and callous do you gotta be to tell someone who spent 3 years making a surprise party for you that they did it for their own ego? How? Fam, ego could be one of the reasons you do something like this, and the other person should still worship you like a god for the rest of your life. G.I. Jane deadass made Will feel like he was the bad guy for throwing her a surprise party. Hey bro, Will, you gotta run and never look back. Not be out here ruining your reputation at the Oscars for her, alright? Fucking hell, this shit is absolutely insane. This ain't no fucking loving wife, nor a loving relationship. This is emotional abuse, alright? I don't like using that word because I feel like motherfuckers be trying to call shit that isn't real violence when they call someone who isn't a physical abuser an abuser. But if this ain't emotional abuse, I don't know what is, alright? Bro, this man got banned from the Oscars for 10 years for her. Fucking hell. And speaking of the Oscars, I know everybody wanted them to do something about this, but I think this was excessive. If the award is about rewarding one's film accomplishments, slapping somebody shouldn't warrant 10 years of suspension in my own opinion. But I do get it, I guess, right? But who gives a fuck about the Oscars either way? Like, bro, that motherfucker's bin fell off. The only thing that matters when it comes to acting and filmmaking is if your movie is making money. Because that's what reflects how many people really fuck with your art. Why we need a bunch of self-proclaimed experts sitting on some bitch-ass panel telling us what to like and what not to like? Fuck that shit. Bro, Al Pacino never won an Oscar for The Godfather, right? You tell me somebody out sitting there like, hey, I get why you might think Al Pacino's role is one of the greatest performances in cinematic history, but look, man, it never got an Oscar, so nah, but nobody gives a fuck. Nobody should be giving a fuck too. People should stop giving that shit value. A film or a performance goes down in history for what the people think about it, not the awards it gets, right? Unless people are voting for those awards. And we know Will Smith is a great actor. But anyways, bro, I've gotten off topic. Back to Jada. Here's another clip that surfaced, right? It's not as bad as the first one. That's hard to top. But it gives us more insight into the type of relationship these two motherfuckers got.
Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Astaire, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just...
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Astaire at the red table because she's helped us a lot, can't you tell?
Fam, look at her trying to make Will the bad guy again. She's recording him without his permission, but when he gets angry about it, it's nonsense. Fam, get the fuck out of here. This bitch is a goddamn disease. Bro, like I said, I don't like to speak on other people's personal relationships just because they're celebrities, but we can all see this is a bad relationship, especially when it's ruining Will's legacy too. And not only that, this clip was kind of what proved to me that Will really is getting embarrassed against his permission. Because I always thought that, listen, like Jada seems like she's embarrassing Will, but he ain't never said nothing about it, right? We never know for sure. Maybe he's just this shameless. But this proves otherwise. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still him choosing to stay in this stupid ass relationship. But if she'd suddenly start recording him and make him the bad guy when he gets mad about it, it ain't a stretch to think that she'd also get on a show and start saying embarrassing shit about the guy that he don't want out there, right? This is a bad relationship, bro. We can see from the first clip how desperate Will is to prove himself to her, which is also why he did that shit at the Oscars, right? And this clip gives us a little example of how Jada flips shit around when Will tries to set boundaries. This is a bad relationship, bro. And Will Smith out here ruining his legacy that he spent decades building for it, alright? Nah, bro. Leave, Holmes. Shit ain't worth it. But who knows, bro? It's all up to Will Smith at the end of the day. He makes the decision to put up with her shit, alright? So he pays for it. Simple as that. But anyways, man, let me know what y'all think, alright? I'm finna end the video off here. Please leave a like down below. Check out my other videos and drop a sub if you want to stay up to date with content, alright? We're a small channel and every sub matters. Peace. I'll see y'all next time.